Okay. Here comes the hard part. This is going to be the body where we add, well, all but the bottom jaw. And that goes on later. So we're going to connect all these pieces. This might have to be in 2 parts because I don't know how long it's going to take. So I might have to do one side in one video and then the other side in another video. We'll just have to see how it goes. So, hold on just a second, let me get my stuff together. Okay. So, we're gonna need our loom again, obviously. Gonna move these off for now. That all goes on the one side, and this goes on this side. Okay. So, to start, now either you're going to be making your body a solid color where you would just use 2 of that color for the whole thing, or you're going to do a mixed body like mine where I'm doing 1 band of each. So, let's see, where is the drawing of the body? Okay. I am going to use just light green for my top row. So just like we did the wing, it's going to be the same layout, pretty much. So we're going to do an angle, and then we're going to go all the way down and stop at the 4th peg from the top. This is solid because, or this is 2 green bands because this is actually where we're going to be pulling the loops through. And I'll just make my loops the dark green. One more. Okay. Okay, now we're going to do our 2 colors. I don't want to have to constantly be reaching across. So let's do this. I'm going to take a wad, throw it here. And a wad and throw it here. That way I'm not constantly having to be reaching across the project so you can't see it. Okay, so now we're going to grab 1 of each of those. Come on. Okay. So we're going to go down and we're going to stop at 1 peg farther than that one. So you will die. Suppose I could just do like 1 color and then do the horizontal bands in the other color, but I think this turns out pretty cool with the 2 colors. So that's what we're gonna do. since I already did the jaw that way, I pretty much have to. And then this row, we're going to go all the way down, we're going to go one farther than that. Okay, and then these 3 rows are going to go all the way down. This is the easy part, setting it up. Okay, then this row. Okay, one more row. This one technically could be, I'm just going to go ahead and do mixed. But this one you could do in just the one color. Dropped one. Oh well. I'm sure I'll find it later. Okay. Okay. Now we have to do this line here, but we don't go here. We're just going to go from here to here, here to here, and here to here. And actually, yeah, no one's going to see it anyway, so it doesn't really matter what color you do these 3. Because they're going under those shells. Okay. Now we're going to put our horizontal bands on. And since I got more light green than dark green, I'm going to use light green for my horizontal bands. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the triangles. And this is not where his body's going to stop. It's going to be extended past this. So we're going to go ahead and do the triangles at the top. Like that. And then you gotta stagger them, your triangle. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're gonna go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. That way we don't get a seam down the one side. don't know. I haven't been able to figure out how I zoom in. I don't know if I even can zoom in, but I might give that a shot. Because it's going to be hard to see what I do for the head. We'll just have to figure it out. That one was on top, so this one. And these actually, so 3, and that one's 4. So these 3 pegs here, or these 3 rows, this one, and this one don't need horizontal bands because that's where our head's going. Head and the small shell is going on this one, the medium shell, and then the large shell. So they're going to be our cross or our horizontal bands. So we don't need to worry about those. Oh, but I do have to put double bands here. And then I figured this is going to be, so loop is going to go here. So we need to start these and we're going to do them every other one. On this one, this one, this one, and this one. Now, where we just put those, well, we're gonna wait. We'll put the head stuff on first, because it's a pain. Okay. Here's this. We're going to put the head on right side up. See how he's got 6 bands? It's because half of it's going on one side of this body, and then we're going to do the other side and attach the other 3. So half his head is going on this one. So get your hook through there. Put it there. That little antler thingy is going to get in the way, but just kind of ignore it. And then this guy. Now this time I'm leaving those on because we're not messing with those, and it's going to be a lot of bands to deal with. So the head is up, right side up. Now on that those same 3 pegs, we're putting half of our small shell. But we're not putting it up. We're going to put it so it's upside down. And we're going to do the first 3. These 3 are going on here. Okay. So there's 1. And 2. And 3. Now we're going to loop those bands. So first we need to get this one because it's on top. So you're going to have to kind of stick your hook in and try to find the top 2 bands. Pull that one. Look under your head again, just like we did with the wings. Oop, oop, oop. Don't want his antler to be between those 2 layers. There we go. And the last 2. Not so bad, right? Well, that's only one set. Next, we do the medium. Same way. This one's the medium, right? 4. So, same thing. I'm going to have it upside down and get these 4 on these 4 pegs. Whoop, wrong one. I guess this isn't hard, it's just slow. So I think I am definitely going to do this as 2 videos, one for each half of this body. So there's number 3, and then it's really got to stretch this 4th one. Okay, so there's all 4 of those guys. Now we got to loop through. We want to grab this one. And it's harder to do because you can't really see what you're doing. But if you get the teardrop, you know you did it right. And then you get that one, then you get this one, and you can kind of pull back on that shell to get those. You also don't want to grab those tie-off bands. Because you don't want those locked in. Although if they got locked in, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Okay, so that's small, medium. Now, the large one. Same thing. Find the middle. So these 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are going on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And same way, get it on there. See, it's just hard to see, and I hope you understand. So that's 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now we're going to loop those, and we got to get this one first because it's on top. If you kind of look to the side, you can get it. Pull. If you get the teardrop, you know you got the right one. And then those you can pull back. Whoop. Tried to miss one. Congratulations, if you made it this far, that is the hardest part of this dragon. Well, second hardest. The hardest is on the other side, because then you've got this whole body that you're having to hold out of the way while you get those. But so far so good. Okay, now the front legs are going to go on these 2 pegs. So this one's the back leg, so this one's the front leg. And we're going to have it so the leg is laying like this. And then the loops are going behind it. That way, when we pull it off the loom, it'll go like that. So, pull up on that guy. You gotta make sure you get all these loops so that leg is as stable as possible. And then this one. see, it's trying to come off. Okay. I think that works. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and loom those so they don't fall off as we figure out what our next move is. Okay, now, so there's this row. It's going to be on the row that does not have a horizontal band. So your wings are going to be on these three. So we can loom these up to these three. So 1 and 2. Same thing, 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Okay. So now we can take our wing where, oh poop, it must have fallen. No. Oh. I had my paper on top of it. I'm an idiot. Okay, so we want this wing that's curved like this on this side. So, and you want to put it on there so it's like this. And these three go on these three pegs that we just loomed up to. So you get your red ones and you put it on the top one. And then the green one. And then this green one. Now I'm going to go ahead and loom those. Well, I only got one of the bands. Dang it. Let go. There. I've got them both. Okay. So that's that. Now we need to figure out where is the back legs going. The back legs are going on this one, and this one. So I'm going to go ahead and loom this row up to here. So this one is going all the way up to this one. Putting off the loops as long as I can. Might as well wait until we absolutely need them. And one more. Okay. And then this one is going to loom up to this one. Okay, and then we're going to stop there. Then this one's going to go up to this one. Man without conviction. Whoop. Whoop. Doesn't want to go on that peg. There we go. And last one there. Push those down. Now the back leg, same thing. We want it down like this. so that way when we loom it, or when we pull it off, it's going to pop up. So, red and green. This one. This one. And one more on that one. Make sure it stays down. Now quickly loom that before those pop off. And you gotta watch out that you don't get the horizontal bands in there. There we go. So those parts are stuck on there now. We're going to go ahead and go up this one all the way to the end. Okay. This one we're going to go up to here and stop. Okay, now for this top row, we are putting just loose bands on there, and we're going to put them on each one of these that has the horizontal band. I really probably could put them on all, but this is easier for me to keep track of what I'm doing. So we're just going to set it on there, on every other one. And we're also going to put one on the end of this. So there's also going to be one here. And that one you can kind of loop it like that so it stays. Now we're going to loom this just like those aren't there. This is Courtney's stomach attachment thing. I'm using it to connect my two side pieces together. So these are going to be on every other one, so they're on the even side. So this is 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And on the other one, we're going to do it on the odd one, so it'll be on 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. And then when we pull them together, one's going to go through here. I don't know. You'll see. Basically, they're going to be like a zipper. And when I said that, someone commented on my Facebook thing saying, we don't really have to use a zipper, do we? Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and do this one up. And then this one at the angle. Okay. So, now we can tie off these 5 ends. Yep, 5 ends. That's weird. Did I do 5 before? I must have. Oh, yeah. I'm thinking of something else. Okay, yeah. So we're going to tie off these 5 ends. So those can go back in there. I did not think this through. I really want to eat a granola bar, but then I can't talk. So on. And then you got to make sure you get these triangles hooked in there too. Or locked in with your tie-off bands. And then you got to make sure you catch your little extra band here. And then what I'm going to do for this is I am going to stick my hook through all of these. And I am going to loop those together too. And that's just so we know that those are the tie-off bands that we're leaving on here. So now we can pull off our first side, and you guys can see the beginning of your dragon head. So I'm just gonna and when you get to the ones that have the leg bands, you're going to have to probably use your fingers to pull them off because there's a lot of bands there. But once you get that off, you can go up to where the wing is, and you'll have to help that one off too. Because it's got a bunch of bands. And then you can pull a little bit more, and then you got to help the front legs off, because you don't want to pull on just the bands or they could break. And then you're gonna have to help all these guys off. There we go. There's half of him. And his legs are a little wobbly, but I'll show you how we're going to tie them off. So, and then you're going to pull out these little guys. And then I'm going to leave my tie-off bands on so we don't accidentally pull off these, because these are still holding half of our head, shell, and shells together, so we don't want to pull those off. So now let's see how much time that took, and we'll see if I'm going to make the second half on this video. I'll be right back. Why is that not stopping? I almost forgot you have to do his extension. This is only like half his body, so we have to make a little bit farther, so I didn't need to tie those off yet. But oh well, what are you gonna do? Here we go. So this part is, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need those. And these. And it is 7 from the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that goes all the way down. Okay. And we want one that is this way. I'm going to do one up. Push that down a little bit. And then these can go the rest of the way. Okay, so that's that one. So we want one going over, one going up, and then Okay. I think we do another over and up. Yeah, over and up. Over and up. And then there's next ones here. And then this one is obviously the solid. So that's still that the solid back. It's just, this is where it's gonna go. Okay. Now we can do our cross bands, or horizontal bands, or whatever. Let's see. Put the dark greens away. Okay, so we're going to start with these down here. And then here. Here. This one will go like that. Looks good. And like that. Sure. Why not? Looks good. Then we're going to need one here. Doubled. Now, the spikes are going to be on the points, so I'm going to need extra loops on this one. You can just loop it on there to keep them so they don't fall off. And that's where they're going. Right? So that's a spike. Yeah. Okay. Now, we have to attach his little body to this part of the body. I'm going to untie this. I got a little ahead of myself there. I was thinking we were going to have to worry about untying stuff. So the first one, you got to make sure you get 2, 4, 6, 8 bands in there. 9 plus this guy. 9 with that one. And then you're going to put it on that first one. And then the next one is the 4 plus that pointy part of the, oops, I must have missed one. There we go. That one. This one you have to make sure you get your leg out of the way. And this has that triangle thing again. And this one. Okay. Now, we're going to have to do that thing where we lift these to put bands under it. This I'm going to go like this. So we got to take these loops off. Only the ones that we've, well, it doesn't really matter if you pull the wrong one. They should be attached now. Okay. So, now we're going to take Why does that look weird? Oh, okay, I get it. So this first one, you gotta get, I've got 2 light bands, then I've got a light and a dark. And then I've got a light and a dark over here, a light and a dark, a light and a dark. I'm gonna have to slide this down so I can get this last one on there, and a light and a dark. So there's everything on your hook. And this time I'm not going to bother lifting those because it doesn't really matter. We need 4 of our horizontals. And I'm going to go like this. I guess I didn't have to put that loop on there yet. And we can just put it on now. There we go. And then that one goes there. And now we can put these loops back on. I'm going to do it with my fingers for this first one. And then pull. And on like that. And then the last one has 2 sets of bands. So it's got the mixed color and then the solid color. Whew. Okay. Now we can loop. Or loom. Loop. Call it looping. Okay. I'm going to start with this outside row because you gotta go ziggy-zaggy. So I'm going to go... Actually, we'll get this one, and we'll stop at this. So, 1, 2, and then this one goes down to where we just were. Then this one is going to go down to here. Now we can get these 2 over there. That's a lot of bands. Okay. Then this one is going to stop here. Jeez, my phone is going crazy now. Okay, so this row is going to come up and we're going to stop at this one. It's telling me that my storage is nearly full and there's 4.9 gigabytes. Okay, and now we can bring this guy over here. Okay, and then we can go ahead and take that last one to the end. And then this one can just go straight to the end. Okay. Now we can tie off these 2 ends. My whole dragon is trying to go under my loom. Okay. Okay. Now. We can pull this off, and I will start a new video for the other side. Because like I said, the other side is a little harder. It's essentially the same thing, but it's harder to do because you've got this side done and you're attaching stuff. You're attaching these to the same part on the other side. So, there's half of a dragon with these little zipper bits. Okay, so now I'm going to come back with this is part 6, so part 7.